Everyone, I ended up buying an $8 case from eBay and I wanted to compare it against my $50 Apple Silicon case that I bought from Apple. And I'm going to tell you, there's definitely some differences. I haven't even unpackaged this one yet, so we're going to go ahead and unbox it too. I'm sure most of you know the Apple Silicon box. It's a $50 case. I think it's a great case. It's very overpriced. It probably cost them 3 cents to make it. Now, on this specific case, I picked it up from eBay. I literally just typed in the case, iPhone 13 Pro case, and I bought it like that. So this specific case came in a plastic case, not like the plastic box on my 13 Pro. This thing here, and it said new phone case, good quality case. And I thought that was really funny. So now unboxing this thing and putting it away, I'm gonna be completely honest. This thing, texture-wise, feels very similar to my $50 Apple Silicon case. And I'm gonna go ahead and take out this thing and the outside of it. So I'm gonna go and take this out. And there are definitely some similarities and there's definitely some differences as well. So looking at the inside, first of all, the Apple Silicon case actually does have the MagSafe ring inside of it. This eBay case does not have that. So if that's something that's important to you, that's a big thing to keep in mind. It seems like this texture that's inside of it, they both have texture. I will say they both feel kind of the same, so there's not a big difference there. Another thing I noticed is that the camera cutout is completely right next to all those lenses, where in the Apple case, it actually is cut out for that whole entire lens, which I actually do like as well. Now, if I'm feeling both in the hand, they both kind of have the same heft to them. One doesn't really feel thicker. I will tell you this case, which was said to be a silicon case, I think, seems definitely more like a TPU case, which seems more like flexible. I can kind of like bend it like this. With this case, I can't really do that. So it's pretty stiff. If I do that, I'm afraid I'm going to break it. In terms of everything else around them, I mean, they both have the same type of cutouts. As you can see, pretty much the same thing. It does seem like one case is thinner. It feels like the Apple Silicon case is a little bit thicker in terms of being a little bit more wider. So maybe a little bit more protection there. As you can see, the cutouts are almost identically the same. The power buttons are in the same spot as well. And I think that really pretty much covers up the outside. So if I'm feeling both in the hand, I will still definitely say that the Apple Silicon case feels a little bit more premium, but I can't really tell a big difference. I mean, once you throw them on, I don't think there's going to be that big of a difference. So now let me go ahead and take my iPhone 13 Pro that I have here, and let's go and throw the case on and let's see if there's going to be a difference. So when we have this case on, you can see it does detect that it is a MagSafe case, which it is because it's an Apple Authentic case. And I've been using this case for a couple weeks now, and it's a great case. I like it. Obviously, I've had all the Apple Silicon case for my iPhones, and it feels great. There's not really a problem with it. I love this texture. It feels really good. But one of my biggest issues with these cases is that they start tearing up like crazy. Luckily for me, I haven't really torn this one up, but these things tear up and they're very, very annoying, and it's one of the worst things ever. Now, let me go ahead and throw on the other case. So let's go and put this one on and let's see if there's a difference. So a little bit of a tighter fit, I realized. So pretty much a little bit of a tighter fit. But once it's on, it's pretty much the same exact thing. Now, this case has a little bit more, I guess, less texture. This case definitely feels a little bit more slippery. And if we kind of look around, now, one thing that I noticed is right here is it's pretty bad is that the screen protector actually did end up coming off with this specific case. So this is a much tighter fit. So with the silicon case, I actually did not end up having that issue. For the cheaper case, you can see it actually did raise up my screen protector. So if you already put a screen protector on your phone, this can be kind of an annoyance if I'm being honest. And you can see I can't even tell, but it actually ended up raising that screen protector, which is an annoying, really, really annoying thing. Now, another thing I didn't even realize at first were these holes right here. I don't know if it's for a keychain or something, but there are some holes right there. The holes on the bottom, they're almost perfect. And on the back, the one thing I didn't really like was the camera cutouts. I would rather have it, something like that. Whereas on this one, I just feel like there's too many things going on. And I feel like if one thing could cover up, the lens a little bit more or something like that. And sometimes I wouldn't want, that thing being too close. I've had a lot of cases end up coming too close to the camera lens. And whenever I took a photo, it would not be a good story because a little bit of that case will cut off there. Power buttons are on the side as well, so nothing crazy there, and up top it's pretty much the same thing. So in reality, the main issue I have with this case is that it's way too slippery, and if you have a screen protector on it that's already existing, well, it can end up raising that screen protector up whether you want it or not. And also I'm realizing taking this case off is a very hard process as well. I don't know why it's this hard to take off this case. There we go, finally got it off. Luckily for me, the screen protector was able to pop right back into place, so there was no issue there, but still kind of an annoying thing. Now, there was also no MagSafe charger here, so if you're trying to use MagSafe accessories and stuff, well, that's not really going to work for this specific phone. So I'm going to tell you, I think the iPhone 13 Pro case, the silicone case, is my favorite case, and I don't think every single, cheap case, this is a generic case by the way, for $8, I don't think it's a bad idea, but there were some annoyances. This one, it's not perfect, but it's a perfect fit. Everything's going to work fine. The MagSafe accessories are great, and I have very few issues with it there. However, with my cheaper case over here, I don't think it's worth $8. I think it's like a $5 case to be honest. And it's a little bit more of an annoying thing. I wish this thing didn't have the camera cutoffs right here. That would have been I wish it was just completely empty like that. I wish it did have a MagSafe thing right here. I don't use a MagSafe charger, but I still like having the ability of using those MagSafe accessories if I like to. And it's just such a completely tight fit on the bottom that if your screen protector isn't put on perfectly, like 1,000,000% perfect, it's going to end up erasing that screen protector up with that specific, when you put on the case. So that's kind of an annoying thing right there too. Other than that, and it's a little bit too slippery, but I don't think this is a cheap case by any means. It doesn't feel like a cheap case. It has pretty much the same weight as the Apple Silicon case. And if I was on a budget and if I had to go just use a case and move on with my life, I still think an Apple silicone case is the better way to go. Maybe even like some other generic silicone case that's like maybe $15, maybe a better choice than this one. But this was one of the cheapest cases that I found on eBay that, was sent to me in a proper time, that wasn't coming out of the country and with like 3-day shipping. So this was the cheapest one I found, and this was about 2 weeks ago. I've noticed that a lot of these case prices are fluctuating. Some are going higher, some are going lower. So if you actually go to your, eBay account right now and you look at silicone cases, or you just look at, iPhone 13 Pro cases, you might find that a lot of these cases are, kind of going up in value or they're different than when I purchased them, which is very interesting. So if you have an iPhone 13 Pro, I would probably recommend just end up, buying the Apple Silicon case if you like to. You can't really go wrong with something like this. However, there are a lot of other case manufacturers out there that do a great job. And if you want something like, another kind of, higher end company, I would recommend looking at that too. Amazon has a bunch of cases that I've always loved to look at. In this specific case, I'm going to stick with my Apple Silicon case, but for the value per dollar, if it wasn't for that screen protector issue, I would not be able to tell that big of a difference. Obviously, the silicone is nice and everything, it's definitely premium, but I still have a lot of respect for, the $8 case as well. So that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.